Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat, Unleash Your Life's Journey with me, Jan Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at janmayfield.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Zoetic Chat with me, Jan Mayfield. Today is all about showing up. I'm showing up here today and you will hear that I have a cold. I have a cold, but my body feels fine. So body, I'm good. Mind, I'm good. Spirit, I'm good. Breathing, not so good today. But I thought I would show up. Now, I want to talk about showing up. Not me, you maybe, or your friend or someone else. Because it is so very important to show up. If you're part of something, if you've committed to something, and a lot of people allow life to take over, and that means you're not showing up. It means you're not doing what you should be doing, what you set out to do. Sometimes you just have to make that space to show up. I've made the space today to show up. I should have recorded this last week and I didn't show up for it. But I knew in my mind I didn't need to post it today. So it's worse today because I can't breathe through my nose. So I'm showing up. So I thought, no, I'm still going to do it. And sometimes you need to show up because, let's just say, for example, if you're part of a group and you don't show up, you don't know what might have happened in that group. You don't know what you might have learned, not just from the teacher or the coach or the mentor, from someone else in that group. There's always a learning, there's always an experience, and there's always someone that has the same as you or similar, and they show up. How can they show up and you don't? What do you think the answer to that is? Do you allow overwhelm to take over? Do you decide that it's easier to do something else than show up? But in the long run, in the long term, not showing up will only harm you. And when I say harm you, of course, I don't really mean physically. Mentally, it will harm you because your whole psyche won't know where it is. You commit to do something and then you stop, or you commit and you attend one or two classes, or you tell your mentor that you don't need them. What is it that stops you showing up? It's easy, isn't it, to not sometimes. But if you realise that what's on the other side of showing up is so much better than staying away. So let's say, for example, you're not feeling too good, but you've got a whole load of stuff going on. If you show up, then the stuff that you've got going on will seem easier after you've shown up, because there will be something within that showing up that's going to help you. So I say to you today, show up. Show up. Be that person that turns up. Be that person that in a couple of weeks says, oh, I'm so glad I came. I'm so glad I showed up. I'm so glad. And you will say that. And last weekend, I showed up to a 3-day summit event. It was nothing to do with my spiritual path per se, but it was to do with my own growth. So I showed up. Had to leave home at about 6 o'clock in the morning and then do a whole day until 6 o'clock at night when I first got there. The next day we started at 7:30, again until 6 o'clock. And the next day I didn't have to go until 9, but I stayed until 6 o'clock again. To think everyone was sitting there. I mean, the chairs have got lovely padding on, but after 3 days of sitting in the same position, that padding felt really thin. And so many of us were standing up like we were still bent and our coccyxes were really hurting. And then I remembered when I used to do yoga, and I should still do it, and maybe this is my calling to go back. When I used to do yoga and you used to sit in a certain way or be in a certain position, you used to pull your bum cheeks basically apart and sit. And I can't remember. I think she used to say your sick bones, SIC, or would it be SIK bones? Well, I didn't sit there and pull them apart so everyone could see, but I did maneuver myself so I wasn't sitting on my coccyx. Wow, what a difference. And I'm starting to sit like that now because by sitting like that, your back's straight. My back is straight when I sit on what I think is my sick bones, not my coccyx. You want to try it. Pull your bum cheeks apart, stick your bum out behind you, and sit on that bit there, and your back is straight. I always looked at yoga people and thought, why is your back so straight? And I'm round shouldered. Well, I'm not now because I've pulled out my sick bones. So that was something that I learned. I met people way, way out of my comfort zone. Networking is not my thing. I've tried doing it many, many times, and I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't. I know it introduces you to people. I know the theory of it, and it's just me. It just doesn't happen for me. Maybe it doesn't happen in the way that I think it should. But by the last day that we were there, I was talking to more people, and then they recognised you being there and you them, and it's like, how are you getting on? But I think that first day of networking can be cruel. Some people love it. I know that. I said to one lady, I says, I'm not very good at networking. She says, oh, keep doing it. You'll be fine. And it's true. The more I keep doing it, the more I will be fine. So I am actually going to look for a networking group in Birmingham and go and see what I'm like. I might run at the door, but I don't know. I think I'm going to show up for that. So I'll have a look. Excuse me. I'll have a look where there is one of those, maybe for the new year now. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, just to share that showing up. I wanted to share something that happened as well so a few weeks ago, it might be a couple of months ago now. No, it's more than that. I kept getting this message in my head of a name, but I knew it was associated with a friend's husband. Anyway, I thought, what's that? And Spirit said to me, job. It's a job with this name attached to it, and that is for the person. And I think the person had either left a job or it wasn't suitable. Then they got numerous jobs and then they got dropped from them as well. And I thought, well, they're not right for them anyway. Anyway, I was at their house yesterday and he said to me, do you remember what you said to me about the job? And I said, yeah, I was in Costa Coffee and I told you, I told you your next job would be connected with the name Taylor. I told him. And I could repeat it because I remembered. Because I went for a while and I thought, oh, I'm not telling him that because I don't know why. I just thought, well, no, there's no need. Anyway, I did. And he has a new job and he is working for someone called Taylor. The actual truth of it is it's Tyler, but spelt Taylor, and everybody calls them Taylor. So that's what I heard, Taylor. So there you go. These things come to fruition eventually. Yeah, they really do come to fruition. There was something else I was going to tell you as well about. I'm sure she won't mind me reading this out. Oh, can I access it while I'm on my phone? Someone sent me a message. No, I think I ought to ask permission before I read that out. Although you don't know who it is, I need permission. But anyway, basically, what this lady was saying was that she sent me a message. It was a thank you, but she did all the hard work. You know, sometimes you just initiate things for people, don't you? Anyway, she'd gone for a job. She'd been looking for a job. She went for a job. She got the job. She went on the day and she realised it wasn't for her. And the people and the job weren't for her. So she thanked them and said it wasn't for her. And she's not been back since. But why is that important? Because she would never have done that a few years ago. She would have just either not gone to the interview or not gone. She would have not left the old job. But she said because she'd been in some of my groups, because she'd heard me speaking, you know, in a positive way, help yourself to help yourself, all that kind of stuff, it had given her the courage to be able to say that to the job. And she was so proud of herself. I'll ask her if I can read what she said, because I don't believe that we should unless we've got permission. I'll ask her and I'll read it out for you next week. But it just goes to show that you never know what's growing inside you. You never know what you're changing. And you never know how you're really going to react to things in your life. She never knew any of that. She just thought she was going to a new job. But well done, you. I say that. I'm going to have to go now because I'm getting so stuffed up. Not that you need to know that, but I did show up. And I will speak to you all next week. Don't forget, Soul Tech Soul is officially open today. Come and join us in that group. You can find it on Facebook, and there is a free gift in there for anyone joining in December. So take care, everyone, and I will speak to you all next week. Happy days. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.